In this example, we're going to model two data points using an exponential function. Another way to put that is that we need to find c and r so that the function f of t equals c times e to the rt goes through the 2 points. And the 2 points are given by 0, 7.3 and 2.9 and 17.8. Okay, so we start with that formula. I think the first thing you should always do in a problem like this is start by finding c. And there's two ways you can find c. Both involve using the fact that t equals 0 corresponds to c. On the one hand, you can just know or memorize, if you want, that c is the value at t equals 0. It's always the starting value. So in this problem, we know immediately that c equals 7.3 because that was one of the points that we were given. Now here's a slightly different way to do it, and it may look longer, but it's actually more similar to how we do other kinds of problems like this. So it has some advantages too. We're going to plug in 7.3 and 0. We plug them into the original function, or the formula, that we want to solve. 7.3 goes in for the y value, and 0 goes in for the t value. So you plug them in right into those two spots of the equation. And then on the right-hand side, you can simplify. E to the r times 0 comes out to just equal 1. And so, of course, you still get the same thing we had a second ago. C equals 7.3. But that second approach looks a little longer, and of course maybe you could skip some of those steps. But the same steps do show up when we do the second part of the problem. We still need to find r, and we're going to do that by plugging in, again, two numbers, 2.9 and 17.8. We're going to plug them in to the function that we are trying to use. The 17.8 goes in for y, and the 2.9 goes in for t. Well, actually we also found c on the last page, so I'll plug that in too. So there we have it. 17.8 equals 7.3 e to the r times 2.9. Okay, I want to solve that for r. So that means getting r by itself on one side and all the other numbers on the other. Let's start by moving some of the numbers to the other side. Let's move the 7.3 to the other side of the equation. So I'll divide both sides by 7.3. And I'm going to go ahead and simplify that number on the left. Divide by 7.3, enter it in your calculator, get 2.438 on the left, and just e to the 2.9r on the right. Okay, now we'll go ahead and use natural log, just like most of the problems in this section. So again, we start by taking natural log of both sides. So we take each side and we plug it in to natural log. On the right, that's where we can use the special property of natural log. It cancels the e. And that's actually kind of the end of the hard part. We canceled the e, we want to get r all by itself, so we just divide by 2.9. And there's a formula for r. Now, just like some other problems, that's an okay formula, but maybe you would rather have it simplified into a single number. I think I would too. So plug it into your calculator, and there you have it. R is approximately 0.307. Okay, let's put it all together. We found C on one page, we found R on another. Our final answer, f of t equals 7.3 e to the 0.307 t.